discuss about various fundamentals or basics of information technologies, like different types of computers, computer architecture, and different parts of computers, generations of computers, classification of computers, means types of computers, and what are the block diagram of a computer and architecture of a computer and everything. There are many concepts here, so we discuss one by one today. So what is data? Data is defined as facts related to people, places, events or things. It can be represented using numbers and letters. Instructions means instruction is a command which is used to specify what must be done to the data, and information is defined as processed data. So what are the characteristics? What are the different types of characteristics of a computer? Means speed, accuracy, permanent memory, no intelligence, and diligence. So what is these are the basic characteristics of information technologies. First one is speed, second one is accuracy, third one is permanent memory or memory, intelligence, and diligence. So generally the speed, storage or memory, generally the memory or a storage of a computer is measured in the terms of bits, bytes, kilobytes, megabytes, terabyte, like that. Bit means 0 or 1. Bit means either 0 or 1. Byte means 8 bits. 1 character is equals to 1 byte. 1 byte means 1 character means a collection of 8 bytes. And 1 kilobytes means 1024 bytes. And 1 megabytes MB means 1024 kilobytes. And 1 gigabyte GB means 1024 megabytes, and 1 TB terabyte means 1024 gigabytes. So these are the different measures or the different types of storage media units. ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనకి స్టోరేజ్ యూనిట్స్ లేదా స్టోరేజ్ మెమరీ యొక్క మెజర్మెంట్స్ లేదా యూనిట్స్ని మనం ఇలా మెజర్ చేస్తాం. So how a computer is connected, and how a computer is what are the different components, or what are the different parts of a component. So a computer generally have these parts, like these connected components. First one is cable, keyboards, mouse, and CPU or a central processing unit, and cables, serial cables, like that. So these are interconnected with one with another. So what are the functions or functional units of a computer? So how a computer works, or what are the functional units of a computer? Generally computers have different parts or components. First one is input unit, and a storing unit, and processing unit, output unit, and control unit. So input, this is the basic diagram of a computer, or a working of a computer. This is the basic working of a computer, or this is the basic block diagram of a computer, or a structure of a computer. So what are the different parts or units of a computer? Means generally input, storing, processing, output, and controlling. So these are the different units of a computer system. So this diagram is called as a block diagram of a computer, or a working of a computer, or architecture of a computer, or a structure of a computer. So here there are three important components: input units, processing unit, and output unit. Processing unit again contains a storage unit, control unit, and arithmetic and logic unit, ALU. So Input unit. So what are the functions or functionalities of input unit? What are the functions or functionalities of input unit? Means it simply accepts data from outside world. It simply accepts data from the outside world, converts data to a computer acceptable form, supplies data for further processing. So what are the functional units of input unit? Input unit is mainly used to, or the functionalities of input unit are simply accepts data or information from outside world, means users or end users. Second one is converts data to computer acceptable form, means it simply converts the data or information entered into it into a computer readable form. Computer readable form means into it is in binary form లో కానీ లేదా మిషన్ లాంగ్వేజ్లో కానీ మనం కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తుంది మనం ఎంటర్ చేసిన డేటాని. థర్డ్ వన్ ఈజ్ సప్లైస్ డేటా ఫర్ ఫర్దర్ ప్రాసెసింగ్, మీన్స్ టు సెండ్ అండ్ రిసీవ్ డేటా ఆర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఫ్రమ్ input units to the CPU or processing unit. So next one is output unit functions. So what are the different functionalities of output units? So means generally it accepts results in coded form, converts coded form into human form, gives this to outside world. So what are the functionalities of output units? Output units are generally used to show or display the outputs of a computer. Generally they are used to show or display the outputs or the results of a problem or a processing from processing unit into a human readable form, like in English, to the users. Means generally they are monitors. They are like monitors. Input units means generally they are like keyboards and mouse. So what are the functionalities of storage unit? Means memory. Generally storage units stores data and instructions for processing. They can be used to store intermediate results. They can be used to store final results for processing. So storage unit or memory is used to store data and instructions for processing, and intermediate or temporary intermediate results means temporary results and final results of the processing. So this is the another diagram of a working of a computer or a working of a central processing unit or a computer unit. So generally here there are main four parts: memory, control unit, arithmetic logic unit ALU, input and output. So input and output units are generally connected to arithmetic and logic unit and CPU. Control unit and memory and arithmetic logic unit are again interconnected with each other. So what is memory? Memory is the main storage unit of a computer, used to store all the data, information, instructions, programs and applications in the memory of a computer. Control unit. What is control unit? Control unit is a part of central processing unit. It is used to control the overall operation. It is used to control the overall operation of a computer, means to control all the hardware components, operating systems and memory units and storage unit, input devices, output devices, like that. And arithmetic and logic unit ALU. ALU is another unit which is used to do all the calculations, which is used to do all the comparisons like calculations like addition, subtractions, divisions, like that. And input output units are used to simply accept the data, and output units are to display the results or the data. So here we discuss one by one. So what is arithmetic and logic unit? It is ALU. What is arithmetic and logic? Here the actual execution of data takes place during processing. All calculations are and comparisons are performed. Means here we perform all the calculations like additions, subtractions, divisions, multiplications. All data before processing is stored in ALU, and all comparisons of the variables and data and informations are done here. So control unit, another unit or another important component of a computer is a control unit. What is a control unit? Control unit is a part of central processing unit, CPU. It selects, interprets and sees over the execution of the programs. It maintains order and describes the operation. It does not perform process data but only acts as a central nervous system. It manages and coordinates computer system. It issues signals for further process. So it controls overall working of a computer, and it interprets all the commands. Interprets means executes, runs all the commands, instructions of a computer, and it controls. It is working as an interface between all the units, among all the units of a computer. So central processing unit, it is the main nervous system of a computer. Nervous system of a computer is called a central processing unit or a CPU. Central processing unit or a CPU. The control unit and ALU are together are called as CPU. So what is a CPU or a central processing unit? A central processing unit generally controls three main parts: a control unit, arithmetic and logic unit, and processor. It is the brain of a computer or the nervous system of a computer. All major calculations and comparisons are made inside the CPU. So all the calculations like addition, subtraction, doing additions, subtractions, multiplications, and comparisons, less than, greater than, equals to, not equals to, and it also activates and controls other operations, the major processor. So these are the different functionalities or functions of the central processing unit or a CPU. So the most basic components of your computer needs to work is a CPU or a central processing unit, also known as a processor or a processor. CPU లేదా సెంట్రల్ ప్రాసెసింగ్ యూనిట్ని మనము ప్రొసెసర్ అని అంటాము. నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటంటే సెకండ్ వన్ ఈజ్ ర్యామ్ ఆర్ ర్యాండమ్ యాక్సెస్ మెమరీ. Third one is motherboard. Fourth one is hard disk. So this is called as a CPU or a central processing unit or a processor. It is called దీన్ని మనము చిప్, సెంట్రల్ ప్రాసెసింగ్ చిప్ లేదా CPU లేదా సెంట్రల్ ప్రాసెసింగ్ యూనిట్ అని అంటాం. కంట్రోల్ సెంట్రల్ ప్రాసెసింగ్ యూనిట్ ఆర్ CPU లేదా chip అని అంటాం, ఆల్సో నోన్ యాజ్ ద ప్రాసెసర్ అని కూడా అంటాం. సో ద CPU is the brain of a computer. All instructions or decisions are done by the CPU. So CPU is generally, or processor is the brain of a computer, and all the instructions and decisions, calculations are generally done here. So second one is computer memory or a storage unit. A storage unit, a computer memory. What is a computer memory? Also known as RAM, means random access memory. దీన్ని మనము కంప్యూటర్ మెమరీనే మనము ర్యామ్ లేదా ర్యాండమ్ యాక్సెస్ మెమరీ లేదా మెయిన్ మెమరీ లేదా లేదా ప్రైమరీ మెమరీ అని అంటాం. సో ర్యామ్ ఈజ్ యూజ్డ్ బై ద CPU to read and write data to. After the CPU does its work, it will write the data back to the RAM, or if the CPU needs to read data, it will read the data to RAM before processing it. So దీన్నే మనము కంప్యూటర్ మెమరీనే మనం ర్యామ్ లేదా ర్యాండమ్ యాక్సెస్ మెమరీ అని అంటాము. దీన్నే మనము ప్రైమరీ మెమరీ లేదా మెయిన్ మెమరీ ఆఫ్ ఏ కంప్యూటర్ అంటాము. సో ఈ మెయిన్ మెమరీ ఆఫ్ ఏ కంప్యూటర్లో మనకి ఏమి ఉంటాయంటే ఆల్ ద ప్రోగ్రామ్స్, ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ మనకి స్టోర్ అయి ఉంటాయి జనరల్గా. ఈ ర్యామ్ అనేది మనకి CPUకి కనెక్ట్ అయి ఉంటుంది. మనము ర్యామ్ ద్వారా మనము ఈ డేటాని మనము ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ లేదా ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ని మనం ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయడానికి మనం యూస్ చేస్తాం. సో నెక్స్ట్ ఈజ్ computer motherboard, the mother of all the components. Most computer components slots into the motherboard. CPU, RAM and PC devices are connected. So another component, important component of a computer is called as a motherboard. Motherboard is used to connect all the components, hardware components of a computer to it by using some cables. So motherboard have different slots. Generally motherboards have different slots like CPU, fan, transistors and ICs, other slots, processor slot, RAM slots, like that. So next is hard disk. What is hard disk? Hard disk is called as a storage unit of a computer. Hard disk is called as a storage unit of a computer. Generally, what is a storage unit? It is also called as an external memory of a computer. The hard disk is where you store your data, all your documents, files, photos, programs, and so on. The picture shows a hard disk that has been opened. The hard disk is generally a hard disk is called as a secondary storage, or a storage of a computer is used to store or record all your programs, documents, files, data, information, softwares, and so on. It is also called as a secondary storage device. So processors. What is a processor or processor? Generally processor is the brain of a computer. different companies ఉన్నాయి మనకి. కంపెనీస్ అన్ని మనకి ప్రాసెసర్స్ అనేవి మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ చేస్తాయి. IBM, Intel, AMD, like that. All these latest computer processors so basic. What are the popular input-output devices? What are the popular input-output devices connected to a computer? అంటే మనకి ఒక కంప్యూటర్కి సంబంధించిన పాపులర్ రెగ్యులర్లీ యూజ్డ్ ఇన్పుట్-అవుట్పుట్ డివైజెస్ ఏంటి అన్నది మనం చెప్పుకున్నాము. ఇందులో మనకి ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ we start with input devices. What are the popular input devices? Means keyboard, mouse, light pen, audio input devices, magnetic discs, scanners, teleterminals, joysticks, magnetic tapes, floppy and Winchester discs, optical mark readers, OMR, magnetic ink character readers, MICR, ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనకు వస్తాయి. So these are the popular input devices connected to a device. So what are the first one is start with, and what are the output devices? Hard copy devices, hard copy devices means printers, plotters, photographic outputs. Soft copy devices means videos, liquid LCD screens, monitors, ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనకి సాఫ్ట్ కాపీ డివైజెస్. సో ఇన్పుట్ డివైజెస్ ఏమొస్తాయంటే పాపులర్ ఇన్పుట్ డివైజెస్ ఆర్ So what are the popular input devices? Keyboard, mouse, light pen, audio input units, magnetic discs, scanners, teleterminals, joysticks, digitalizers, magnetic tapes, cassettes, floppy drives and Winchester drives, optical mark readers, magnetic ink character recognizer, MICR, like that. Similarly, different types of output devices are also available. Hard copy devices means printers. So different types of printers are available. Printers, plotters, photographic outputs. Soft copy devices are also available, like in the form of magnetic and audio devices. Videos means screens, crystal LCD, liquid crystal display, laptops, like that. So different types of printers. What are the different types of printers? Types of output devices. Hard copy device. Hard copy devices means printers. So hard copy means that the output is in directly usable form, that is in printing or plotter form. Following hard copy devices are very popular. First one is printers, second one is plotters, third one is photographic output. So soft copy devices. Soft copy is a magnetic or audible form that cannot be used directly. These devices do not produce a permanent record. Following soft copy devices are very popular. VDU means screens, liquid crystal display LCDs. LCDs and VDUs are different types of screen monitors. So printers are different types: printers, plotters, and photographic outputs. So what are the different types of printers? What are the different types of printers are available? Generally, printers are basically three types. First one is the dot matrix printers, inkjet printers, and laser printers. Dot matrix printers, inkjet printers, and laser printers. So there are different parameters or attributes are used to for the printers, like cost, cost per page, speed of the printer, and high value supports high volume printing, and noise generated, and printing or print quality, and graphic printing, and color printing, and print sources, like that. So generally there are three types of printers are available: dot matrix printers, inkjet printers, and laser printers. Dot matrix printers means they are low cost printers, and speed of a printer is also low, that is called as and volume means how many papers are volume is supported, means low volume. Supports noise means high, and print quality is also low. Graphic printing means no, not supported, and color printing not supported, and printing source means how the printing is done means by using some ribbons. And inkjet printers. In inkjet printers, the initial cost is medium, and cost per page is high, and speed is medium. Printing speed, generally the speed of a printer is measured in ppm, means pages per minute, and noise is very low, and print quality is high, medium. Print quality is medium, and printing graphics is yes. Printing color is yes. Color print support, yes. And printing source is ink. And whereas in the laser printers, the initial cost is high, cost per printed page is medium, speed is high, high volumes, yes. Noise level is low, and print quality is also high. uh, Print graphics is high. Printing color printing, some printers support color printing also. And method of printing is toner powder. So we may continue in the next class.